Hey kids, do you want to platinum the game All-Star Warriors? Well, good fucking luck with that. In terms of platinum rating, it's extremely challenging, mostly because of how fucking annoying it is. I've never had so much trouble with a game based purely on how poor it is, trying to figure out all this bullshit. So let's look at the trophies and find out what we need to do. So this is just the PSN Profiles website. All of these trophies, all of these ending trophies, I'll talk about later. Because there is another trophy that we need to talk about, and that is, uh, I believe, True Devotee. This is the one that everyone's going to be pissed off about. Because no one fucking has it. The 0.5% rare. So let's just go over all of these. Muso Rush, what a rush. This is rare for really no reason. You can just go into a rush battle and just kill everyone there. And like basically you need 2,000 kills or more, which is super easy on a rush battle. It's super simple. You like they're all over the place. They're all over the map. It's a very mini mission. Unlocked all actions for every character. What does that mean? Well, an action is a move set. Alright. How do you level it up? Well, you level it up over time by either spending money or going into battles with every single character. And that takes too long, so you're going to be spending a lot of money getting every character to level 20. But if you didn't unlock the fucking pre-order, if you didn't buy the pre-order, then you don't get a Puna at the start, or whatever his name is. So, because of that, you don't get every character. You get most characters, and then for every character ending, and looking at every ending, then you get a Puna. I believe it's every special ending, but not too sure. Very annoying, but, you know, it's not the worst trophy ever, but it's still a pretty shitty trophy. Use the combo skill. Now, combo skills, you can basically look it up on which combinations work. So, someone like Ayane and... Actually, no. Rin and Naotora, I believe, have a combination. You can basically look it up in the hero list. Pretty easy. Not that bad. Clear a battle using a special attack. Now, this one's pretty easy. You're going to be using special attacks all the time. It's just, like, your move. The only annoying part is if you use William, his special attack isn't the upgraded sword. His special attack is the final strike, like the vertical strike at the very end, which sucks. It's not great. So you'd be better off using, like, something you can easily spam, like Hayabusa's Fireball, shit like that. It, like, every other super is 10 times easier. Watching me, watching you. This is also a really annoying trophy because it's random. It's completely random. It's just absolutely horrible to, like, track everyone. Apuna, you don't have to have a bathing event with, so you can do this without him. But this means you just have to, have every single character with you. The best way to do it is to go into, like, every individual route, so you have as few characters as possible, so you don't have to worry about, like, group events or people that you've already experienced a bathing event with. You just have to do it over and over and over again, and you have to clear a battle in order for it to restart. But it's not a guaranteed chance, so this is why it's a 0.7, because no one wants to fucking deal with that shit. And it's awful. BFF. Alright. Reach the maximum level of regard for one character. What's regard? Well, your sidekicks in every battle gain regard for your specific character. So the best thing you want to do is focus on one character. So I focused on William. I got to the true ending with him on the first route, and my level of regard for most characters was pretty max, and I just stuck with that. Both Shiki and Setsuna get William in their respected paths uh, at various different intervals. If you don't stick with William at the start, or if you don't have William, Hayabusa, or Ayane chosen, then you get him a lot later. But that's what I did. That's what I did for William. And then maximum level of regard from every character towards one character, that's the same thing. And yes, you do have to get Apuna's regard towards you, so it's just a pain in the ass because you have to wait and do every ending in order for you to get Apuna in the first place, in order for him to max out regard. But with regard, there's something weird about it in which your first ally gets the most regard out of any of them, and just like all the other allies get minimal. So if you want to max out an ally, make sure they're the first one out of the sidekicks, because they get the most regard for some reason. A better way to max out regard is just beating bosses, taking bases, and doing Muso rushes, because they cheer for you. They constantly cheer for you, and that's basically like an entire level of regard if you get like enough like characters rooting for you, which is at least 450 kills in Muso Rush, or like every 1,000 you get a certain amount of regard for a character as well. So maximum level with one character, the maximum level is, I believe, 50. You can basically get this in a single run. I only used William on my first run, uh, and I just managed to max him out to 50 pretty easily. It's not too bad. Lock, stock, and barrel. You search the barrel. What is that, really? To anyone who hasn't played Atelier Sophie, or any of the Atelier games, they would not fucking know what it means. So basically, when you get all the Atelier characters, which is Sophie and Plafta, the barrel spawns. So there's a barrel in between the cards and the battlegrounds, and then there's another barrel right at the bar in like the corner, in like the far left-hand corner from where you spawn when you get to the sanctuary. Alright, talk it out. View level 3 conversation events with any one character in the sanctuary. What is that? Well, a level 3 conversation is when two characters have high regard for each other. So both characters have to have, it's either 4 or 5 regard for each other in order for them to have the level 3 conversation, which is just a unique conversation between the two characters. So you have to have two characters with high regard for each other. So make sure the character you're focusing on for every regard, make sure you use that character and then another character. It's pretty easy doing that. Just use like Ryu, Hayabusa, and William. Like it's so simple. Like as soon as you get max regard with like Ryu, if you're playing William per se, then the regard goes higher, vice versa. It blows by like a level or two almost in like a single battle if you have enough regard. Did you hear something? Obtain materials. Easy. Super easy. Everyone should have it. Cleared story mode in 3 hours or less. Alright. This might confuse people and this might scare people, but story mode Clearing it means getting an ending, any ending whatsoever. So you can basically rush an ending almost immediately. It's so fast. So in like you can do character endings. So say you wanted the Ayane and Naotora ending. You can do that super easily. All you need is to start with William, Ryu, and Ayane, get Naotora, do what is it, like the flowery bonds, and then slightly later do like the Shinobu trials, and that's an ending, and that's clearing the game. And if you rush all the cutscenes, all the missions, you basically have your character maxed out. You can blow through the area because it's such low level clearing that every enemy just dies in one shot. Just rush the objectives, rush everything, and you can clear it. I cleared it within like 2 hours. Not bad. It's pretty simple. Gold, you can get this like super easily. It's not that hard. You're gonna get it progressively throughout the entire story. It's not that big of a deal. No stone unturned. Unlocked all the regions in the world map. What the fuck does that mean? What does that actually mean? I almost had to look it up before I fucking did it myself. So there's little miniature missions on the map, little cards, all right? You have to light up every single card. So there's, some cards that are darkened. You have to do a mission that's close enough to it in order to envelop that circle with light or and shit, and then light up the region, quote unquote. So you have to go on the Yomi route in order to do this. It sucks. You have to do the Yomi True Path as well, and you have to light up every single little miscellaneous mission, light up every card, and then do the last battle, and get the true ending. So make sure you do that simultaneously. And if you don't get it, then look around the map. There's probably a card that's, blacked out, and you just have to do a mission beside it in order to light it up. You don't have to do that mission. You don't have to do every single mission, every single miscellaneous mission. That would make me want to kill myself. You just have to light up the region. Kind of, it says unlocked, but it's debatable. Let's skip True Devotee right now. Cleared any battle in 2 minutes or less. Um, this one's pretty easy depending on where and like what you're doing. Death battles are pretty quick in that regard. Usually if there's a mission that involves quickly capturing a certain outpost, you can do that quickly. There's the intro missions are also extremely quick if you just do them over and over again. So someone like Oka's intro mission, super quick. You can probably do that in 2 minutes or less. It's super easy. Untouchable, that's actually an easy one because if you just do a death battle, you're not touched. Like, it's simple, right? You don't have to do anything in that regard. Just don't get touched in a death battle because you're going to die in the death battle. Defeated 8 or more enemy officers using hero skills in a single battle. This one is kind of annoying. So, enemy officers, you can are basically, I believe base commanders count, and so do just like upgraded enemies, like spear captain, sword captain, sorcery captain, archer captain, stuff like that. I believe those all count as an officer. Not heroes, but, like an officer. So the easiest one to do it in would be Rin's hero mission, as there's a lot of gatekeepers, there's a lot of bases, there's a lot of shit to cover. in that mission, and you can basically wipe them out with hero skills. Not special attacks. Don't do special attacks. These are hero skills, so make sure you use offensive hero skills. So, like Arima, uh, Hayabusa's isn't that great because it kind of focuses on a single enemy, but if you combine Arima's and Ryu's, then it's a lot better. You can just make sure you have all offensive heroes and make sure you can use like maybe Nobunaga's skill in order to get the cooldown back. Because if you defeat enough enemies with Nobunaga, or even Arima, I believe, you can, if you defeat enough enemies, you can just refresh your cooldown. Eat 8, 10 or more meat buns in a single battle. I got this in Rin's stage as well. It's a very weird, uh, trophy, kind of random. I believe Sophie's hero skill also involves dropping recovery items if you're a high enough bravery. So make sure you have Sophie on your team and then just spam that as well. There's a lot of bases in Rin's stage, in her hero stage. There's about, I want to say 8 almost. 8 alone. So you get a meat bun for every base that you capture, pretty much, and then some enemies also drop meat buns. So make sure you go over them. If you don't go over them and collect them, then it doesn't count because everything else that disappears counts, but not meat buns, obviously, because they're your only recovery items. Save us. Saved allies 5 or more times in a single battle. I did this on the last mission in the true ending. So basically, all your battles, or all your heroes come together and fight Yomi, and it's this huge clash, and there's captains and enemy heroes everywhere. So basically, you can just run around and save people, defeat like the captains or other heroes that they're fighting, and it's pretty easy because there's what I think there's like almost 8 other heroes or 10 heroes with you in battle. So it's pretty simple trying like getting those things. Don't try and do it on what is it? The isolated allies, because the isolated allies there's only 3 of them. And like they all count in their own way, so that would be 3, but afterwards you just have to defeat like 1 enemy officer, and that's it. So you don't really have any more allies to save after that, unless you want to stick around and see if they almost die and then try and save them again. It's pretty sketchy. I wouldn't recommend doing it on those types of missions on the isolated allies, but you can try it. You can try it. Earn 5,000 or more XP in a single battle. This is just super easy. Just do like a death mission or just story mission. You'll get it at some point. Like it's a common trophy. I pretty much like everyone will get it. You probably get it in like the first mission or some shit. Like it's that easy. So now it's time for True Devotee. This is this is like the worst thing ever. And this is the rarest trophy. It's the point 5. So cleared all story, hero, and dramatic battles. Every single story mission is not like it's very split up. So there's 3 different routes. There's Tamaki, there's Setsuna, there's Shiki. And then each route has its own various ending. Then there's the true path. Then there's a split in the true path that forces you to do all this other bullshit, and it sucks. It's awful. So you're gonna have to like replay this game 20 times, quote unquote. So there's actually a way around it. So you can actually load state. You can load state, and you can. That's how you pretty much get around it. So if there's an ending available to you, if there's like a special character ending, like with Ayane and Naotora, or you could get like the Yomi endings, because there's 4 Yomi endings. There's a special one between characters, and then there's 3 missions for Yomi. There's Total Darkness, Darkness Revisited, and then the true ending. I forgot about Total Darkness, which is just getting all the heroes together, but not getting all the monument fragments, and then getting the two whatever ally you didn't pair with, or allies. So make sure you get uh every single one of them. So there's a certain board on GameFAQs, and I'm gonna link it in the description because it has the specific checklist that you need. So here's the checklist. Um, these are all the missions for this character. So as you can see, there's special endings, Devil's Daughter, Great Devil's Descent, Otherworldly Idols. You can do Otherworldly Idols and it not affect any of these. So you could basically just load state this ending here. If you do Judgment Time, then you can't do Benevolent Princess. It splits up a lot of missions. If you do certain missions, you can't do other missions. So make sure that you just copy and paste all this onto a text file and then clear it out as you go, because you can look it up. There's a way to look it up. It's in the world info and then battle rumors, and it shows you every single mission and how to unlock it. Make sure you fucking follow that, because that's how you do it. You have to follow every single one to a T. Because if you fuck up, then, you know, your route's fucked. It's very, very specific at times. So with Setsuna, there's bonds of friendship, and then there's towards a better future. One of them, you have to befriend Millennia. The other one, you can't have Millennia. So if you do a Nobunaga or Lagrina route, then you can't do bonds of you can't do like no, wait, no, it's towards a better future and then the light worth protecting, or something like that. You can't do one of them. It basically just goes to another. It goes to light worth protecting instead of towards a better future. Because bonds of friendship, whatever. Just look it up. Look it up. This is already a confusing enough video as it is just looking at fucking trophies. So yeah, you also have to do every single intro battle. So there's the Kasumi one, Nobunaga, Xiaoyun, Oka, and you have to do the hero training. You have to do the tutorial for every single one. I'm not kidding when I say that. There's a Shocking Truth A and B. You have to do that as well. You have to do it separately, I'm pretty sure. I did it just in case because it's very confusing. So check these off as you go on. Um, there's the Yomi path, which is the true path. Basically, you can get. Oh, right. In Pursuit of Yomi, there's there's another split in the path when you're doing the Yomi. So you have to basically do it 2 different times, or you have to do a save state. So it tells you, so save state here in Awakened Evil, because afterwards it makes you choose between Tamaki and Shiki or Setsuna by himself. So you have to do that because afterwards the split here. So you can't do it all at once. You have to constantly use save states. And then there's monsters and heroes, which you can only get in the Tamaki route if you do fuck. Fuck my life. You do facing new challenges, which you need Zhao Yun, a thing like Zhao Kang and Tokimitsu or whatever. You have to do every single hero battle. It's okay if you don't get the fastest man in the land. It's not actually that big of a deal because like I managed to beat him without actually having his intro play out, his intro cutscene, but it's fine. You don't need the I'm pretty sure at least you don't need the cutscene itself, but the cutscenes are hints as to who you need to unlock. So if you play as William, you're gonna need to play as another character at some other point in order to unlock William and Ryu and Ayane because they're all one group. So you have to go back and forth and pretty much replay the game with different heroes at different points of time, and it's annoying. It's so annoying. It'll take so many hours. And then dramatic battles. These are extremely specific. Um, they show up kind of at certain points. You can only do them with specific routes. So a a mock battle that is with Tamaki route only, and that's Tokimitsu and Zhao Kang, I believe. Um, Time Noids and Humans, you have to do that in the Tamaki route as well. Beautiful Flowers, you have to do that in the, I believe, Setsuna route. In Search of Lost Memories, you can pretty much do that with anyone because you can get Plafta, Chris, and Horo between every single character. They're a common hero that you can achieve. Just a normal girl, you have to do that in the Shiki route because that's with Ayane and Naotora, and I think Kasumi, maybe. Demon and the Samurai, that's between William and Lu Bu. You can do that either in. I believe you can do that in the Yomi path if you pick William and Lu Bu at any point. If you pick them like in your party. Otherwise, it's usually just Setsuna or Shiki. It's actually a common one. It doesn't really matter since you're doing it in the Yomi path because you can't get both in the specific arcs. Lubu is specific to Tamaki, and William is specific to Setsuna and Shiki. So you have to do that in the Yomi path. Some of these are, yeah, again, extremely specific. It does show up after you unlock a certain amount of heroes or over a certain period of time. It's very weird, but they will show up and they are, they are important. So I'm gonna link this in the chat or in the description so that you people can copy it down in order for you to get this fucking trophy because it took me weeks to get the platinum overall. Is the worst thing ever. Absolutely the worst. God. And that's it. And then hopefully you've platinumed it by that now. It took half an hour to fucking talk about all this shit. All right. Good job. Good job. Here's to a platinum. Here's to an eventual platinum. Bye.